Hey folks, Jason Pope here again. Going to keep this video extremely short. Final principle of the 7 principles of success. It point blank, right? Straight to the point. It's profit, right? And I don't want you to think of profit as how much money I've made. I want you to think of it as profit with a P, right? So when I started in network marketing, truly like the first time when I had my 7 principles of success defined and my plans built and everything, I didn't really come into true profit for about 2 months. And what I mean by that is I was making money, but I was spending money also while I was earning and while I was learning. And I control costs like an accountant, right? I want to know where everything is, what I'm spending on what and why. And most people have this false impression that you do not spend anything. Well, right away you're spending time. And when you spend time or your own effort, right, that can be redirected into money, right? So that's kind of where that concept time is money comes into play, right? The 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 real concept is actually called an opportunity cost, and I'll elaborate just a tiny bit here. Opportunity cost is how much is it going to cost me to do something, right? So, as a for instance, whenever I think about changing my own oil, right, something I know how to do, I grew up working on cars, I can easily change my oil. It's going to take me about an hour, but within that hour, how much is that hour going to cost me, right? And in the oil example, right, an oil change is 30 or 40 bucks here in Las Vegas for my type of car. Um, but it's an hour, right? And when I look at what I could actually make in an hour, um, it I can make more than that. So that 1 hour where I would have to go sit somewhere um, to let somebody else change it, I can sit there, have somebody else be doing that while I'm working on something that can make me money. Um, or I could, change it myself and waste that hour and waste the cost of the oil filter, etc. Um, just comes down to knowing what you're really good at and knowing what you're not really good at and sticking to that. So to kind of recap what we've done here, we talked about products, platform, plan, people, patience, and persistence, and then how all of those things, those six, equal the seventh principle, which is profit. And I tell everybody on my team, have a notebook for our business, right? And we're all in the same business together, and we're all teammates. We all help each other out. But one of the things that I strive to tell individuals is have a log or an audit log of what you're spending money on, right? Even for the product itself. Let's say that the product costs $5, $10, $5,000, right? You write $5,000 down and you figure out when you're in true profit or how you got to true profit, right? And that your platforms and your plan are all going to take place into that. And that's really when things get real for you, right? Let's use an example of you spent $10,000 to get into this new business and you're selling crayons or whatever. How many crayons do you have to sell before you make back your first $10,000, right? Because you know until you make back that 10 grand, you really haven't become profitable. Maybe you've made back $8,000, but it cost you $10,000 to start, and it took you 2 months to get there. Right? You haven't made anything, but maybe you fast forward a couple months and say 6 months, and you've made $50,000. Well, subtract 10 from it because that was your startup cost. You've now made $40,000. You can do simple math to figure out how much did I make each day. I have mine listed out. I keep track of it religiously because I'm just very controlled like that. It's just part of my plan. I need to know where every dollar goes. And I do still spend money, right? Now, Facebook marketing and YouTube marketing is all free, but some things that I do aren't, right? Business cards, that's an expense, right? Pens, paper, whatever marketing material you use, going to trade shows, flying to help people. That's something that I won't do unless I truly believe in the person. But 99% of the time, I end up flying to the region or location of my newest team member, right? Because doing things remotely works great, but if I make the extra effort to go to that person and really get them set up for success, then I know they're going to do the same thing, which will just it's a trickle effect. They're going to be profitable as well. So profit. At the end of the day, that's where you want to be. When you're ready to enter this, send me a message, Facebook, email, call, text, all that information is below. If you're here in Vegas or you want to meet when you're in Vegas or you want me to come to you, just reach out. I want to be here for your success. Anything else? Any comments or subscribe to this channel? Thanks, guys. I'm going to go eat dinner with my wife now.